Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for March 11th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair first. This particular pair closed down today. It is moving sideways and the bias is sideways currently. Now we are expecting this pair to potentially move as low as 96.04 or as high as 99.66. Look for some resistance around 97.86 and look for some support around 96.57 in this particular pair. Let's switch over to the Euro USD pair. This pair moved significantly higher today, closing pretty much at previous resistance. We are expecting this pair though to go as high as 129.96 and potentially as low as 124.88. Now look for some resistance around 1.2900 and look for support around 128.10. This pair is moving sideways, biased is sideways as well. Now looking at the pound US dollar pair, this pair closed up for this session. It is moving sideways, but the bias is definitely to the downside. We are expecting this pair to move as high as 140.42 and potentially as low as 134.52. Look for some resistance around 139.50 and look for some support around 136.86 in this particular pair. Switching over to the US Swiss. This pair closed down today. It is moving sideways and the bias is definitely sideways currently. We are expecting this pair to move potentially as high as 117.75 and possibly as low as 114.17. Look for some resistance in this pair around 116.50 and look for support around 114.86. Now switching over to what I'm looking for during this next session, looking at the US Swiss, actually we have a trade. It is a swing trade. We have this session's high and this session's high. You draw your trend line. We have a potential buy order. I know it's a good ways from the market. However, it is a potential trade setup, or it is a setup, a potential trade. So we're going to place it. Looking for 116.75. Looking to exit at 117.57. That's a potential of 82 pips profit. Use a risk to reward ratio of 1:1. So your stop loss will just subtract 82 off of this particular number and you'll get your stop loss. Now another one that I'm looking for is on the US Japanese yen pair. This particular pair has a window of opportunity. I don't know if it will occur because we are moving sideways, but I would like to take a look at it anyway. Basically we have this window of opportunity between this session's low and this session's high. Basically what I'm looking to do is to sell around the 96.30 level, looking to exit this particular trade at 95.00. That's a possibility of 130 pips. Use a stop loss of 100 pips on this. So your risk to reward ratio will be over 1:1 at this point, a little bit higher for this particular trade, but that's what I'm looking for there. Now, looking at the US Canadian dollar pair, this pair formed an inside bar today. We have the inside bar right here. So we have potential for a breakout to the downside. If that breakout does occur, look to go short around the 127.23 level. Really haven't worked out my target on this. You could take this session's high, possibly this session's high. It looks like we hit some resistance here, previous resistance, which should turn into some support now, and then just take the difference. Now, one other trade that I am looking at putting on and have kind of run the numbers on this one is the Euro Japanese yen pair. This particular pair formed a swing trade to the downside. As here, we take the low of this session and this session, draw trend lines, and we have a potential short at 123.99. Look to exit this particular trade at 123.05. That's a potential of 94 pips to the downside in this particular pair. Well, that about does it for the charts today. We do have the Swiss National Bank releasing their rate decision tomorrow. No time given. Consensus is that they're going to move rates from 50% or 50 basis points down to 0.25 basis points. So definitely keep an eye on that. The U.S. also has their advanced retail sales for February being released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus is that the rate has dropped from 1.0% down to negative 0.5%. That is one of the 5 big news announcements that is released, so you definitely want to take a look at that. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.